Hi, my friends, once again, Dr. Groovy, Scott Grove of GroovyMusicLessons.com. Was just sitting around thinking tonight and kind of been farting around with open tunings and stuff, and I had come across one which is B7, being a country guy and blues influenced. It just seemed to make sense to me to try something there, and upon looking it up, it seems that on YouTube and Google and everywhere else, nobody has tuned their guitar to B7 to even attempt this. So be careful at home. Don't try this at home. No, please do try it at home. It's very cool stuff. B7 sounds like this. Okay, but I've got a low note in the chord though. That chord we all had a bastard of a time trying to learn how to play. Now, this actually gets so cool in so many ways. So I'm here to explain this to you and to give you a good head start on different things you can do with it. I just went ahead and learned this tonight. Learned? Is that a word? It is now. Anyway, so what I'm giving you, I just did in one night. Imagine what you guys can do from what I give you. Okay? So, in the beginning, there was the B7 chord with a fifth above it. Okay? So you get the B and the F sharp. Okay? Groovy so far. We all know that we can go to the 5th fret and bar that, and the 7th fret and bar that. We have our 1, 4, and 5 chords. Okay, so we have 1, 4, and 5, as with most open tunings. It's nice because it is blues infused, and we get out of that too. We get to do some country stuff, which is cool, and then we get to do some pretty ethereal stuff that is mind-boggling how easy this is. Okay, because you just try stuff until it works. And I tried it and it worked. We get the cool stuff like okay, so we get some cool stuff there. And of course, anything you can do with that G string, that's the one that's tuned to your 7th. Okay, if you know your B7 chord, I'll holler out the notes in a second. Should be pretty easy to figure out how to tune up to it. But yes, you do tune up. Everything goes up. So having the carbon fiber guitar makes it nice and strong. But I'm sure you'll be fine. Nothing goes more than 2 frets higher. Okay. Now, the other cool things are if you're playing in a country type of a fashion, you get some... Okay, you get that kind of stuff, eh? Okay, so I'll show you that. Now the really cool stuff that comes in is a simple, a lot of you can get this stuff real quick, so I want to show you what I'm going to concentrate on. A lot of you can get it from the beginning, which is why I'm showing you all of it. Did I just say that twice? Probably. If so, I won't edit it. I'm a bastard just like that. That's how people over and close to me in Utah say bastard. They say bastage. The Mormons won't cuss. Goddamn son of a bitch, they say, goddamn sat in a ditch. I kid you not. Anyway, they'll pick their nose with one finger and then act like they stick it in their mouth with another finger, so it's not to disturb the dirty one. I love it. Love me the Mormons. Anyway, the thing about taking chords that are like stair steps. Okay, let's go like to the 2nd fret on the, I know you may not be tuned there, but for example, in your brain, going to the 2nd fret on, I'm just going to call them the regular strings. On the A string, then we build a stair step, so we're on the 3rd fret of the D string, then the 4th fret of the G string, and just play those 3, but with everything else, so 5 strings. Okay, you can already guess what's going to happen. They're all going to be pretty. Back here at the 5th fret is cool. Okay, that. Okay, so you get a lot of groovy stuff there to mess with. And not only there, starting it on the A string, you get to do it as well. Same deal, starting it on the D string and using the same stair step thingy. There we go. Okay, so this is something that I find cool, that it's the only tuning I have found where you can actually play an entire major scale, like with your first finger, like I'm doing here. You're just going. Okay, but with that same stair step chord. And all of it works. You know, this is pretty cool stuff. So anyway, there's a lot of fun to be had, and different notes you can change around. We have, yeah, this is counterintuitive to make a 7th out of something by doing all this. But since we are there in B7, we can do okay, so again, everything from the ethereal to the you know, all this fun stuff. So yeah, B7 of all flippin' things. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and teach you to do these a little slower. Okay, let's go ahead and get the notes that you need. Okay, I'm going to use my tuner to cheat. On the low string, on the E string, we go up to F sharp, so a whole step up. The A string is going up to B. We're going up to D sharp, just 2 frets higher, just like it looks. If you just play the chord and tune each note up to it, we're there. So yeah, a D sharp or an E flat. The next one is just an A on the G string. We tuned it up 2 frets. Our Our B string, we get to leave there. And our high E string is up to F sharp. Same as our low E string. So we get that constant that our E strings are still both F sharps now, as we don't need to think of them, but that's what it is. So starting from the 5th string down, we have our infamous B7. Now we're just simply throwing a 5th in the low string. Okay, so get that one down just to get the feeling of the whole B7, get it in your ear. If you're country, let's just do this one time through, just to do it. Okay, and that's the single finger across the 5th fret, and then we'll do a single finger across the 7th fret. So up to the 5th fret, back to the 1st open, 7th, 5th, back to open. Okay, when you're at the 7th fret, you can go to the 8th. Okay. Okay, so you got that. Some of the work I've done is the open, I'm just going to call them what they are normally, like the open E string. Okay, so on your open E string, you're going to hit the 3rd fret, what would normally be your G, open A string, 3rd fret again on the E string, grab the 3rd fret of the A string, pull it down towards the floor, half step, and let it open. And then your chord. Let's do that one too, because it has a nice rhythm to it. Okay, so we're adding an extra open, low E, 3rd fret, bend it towards the floor, and then we're going to play the chord again. So just add that to what we did before. Okay, so that's really cool. To add more to the blues flavor thing, the A note on the G string, which is not an A note, it is a G string but tuned up to A. I'll try not to confuse you too much and use regular jargon. So up here on the G string, that is our 7th note. Okay, it's the one that's tuned down, okay, to the flat of the B, which is going to be an A. Do okay. What sounds good with it is if you accent, like with the B string, with that, because the one that's in the 3rd, the D string, is odd sounding except for making chords, you know, in order to complete the chord, and so you have a root and a 3rd and a 5th and a 7th, of course. So it's nice to stay off of that D string as much as possible, unless you're just playing chords. Okay, so in order to really blues this up, okay, it's nice to do the B string along with the G string. Okay, so just kind of mush it all together, okay, because you got the other stuff going. Why not? It's tune for you. Okay, now we have the same thing as we're doing on the A string. Okay, since we can do like an A here, it's the same thing. You're doing 3 frets higher than what the note is. So you could do that at the on the G string 2nd fret, and go up to the 5th fret. You can do it whatever it takes to get you there, and let off of it, that kind of stuff. Okay, so you could throw that in there. Now another cool blues staple that we could throw in here is this. Okay, going on the B string 2nd fret, then having another finger, don't matter what fingers you're using, I could care less, as long as they work, on the high E string at the 3rd fret. So you get those are the 2 notes I'm talking about, and we're going to slide those up 2 frets. Okay, so it's a matter of how you want this thing you season to taste. Okay, so there you have your blues thing, and you can do that on all the other things if you're going up to the frets, like fret 5. We don't have it barred to be able to do that, but you have the licks there that are identical to what you did open, so everything is groovy, okay? Okay, so you see how it works in the blues thing. So therefore the 7th chord, and in B7, I hope I'm the original guy that brings this to you. I'm sure somebody's done it in a weird A7 thing. Maybe that's all that has happened, is I tuned it up. Okay, but it doesn't matter as long as you learn something and have some fun with this thing. Okay, like I had said before, we'll move on to just a few other things I had mentioned. Let's do the chord shapes that are the stair step numbers. Let's go to, again, on the A string, 1st finger, 2nd fret. Then we're just going to do 3rd fret, 4th fret, but just 1 string down each time. So you've got A string 2nd, D string 3rd, G string 4th. And then you just play those 5. It's been a hard day's night. That's what it sounds like to me. Those 5 notes, and it sounds great. Okay, now these are the ones that sound great in this big long major scale thing. Okay, but let's take it a little slow for everybody, because we're in an open tuning, so we might as well explore this a little bit. So we have this. Okay, so the pinky works on the 4th fret and the 5th fret. It works when you flatten out your finger. Okay, so all that is done for you. Let's take this entire thing and do what was already done for you, which is this finger that was flattened out. Take this whole thing and move it 2 frets up this way, and you run out of room for this one, but now you have. Okay, so now let's go back up to the one where we're starting on the 2nd fret. The chords that really work here are starting on the 2nd fret. I'm going to use that string, the A string, to name where the chord is. Then go up to the 4th fret. I'm going to say this one because it sounds cool for something. What? I don't know. But it's really cool, and you can base a whole song on this one chord, I think. Move it up to the 5th fret. Especially with those F sharps in there, it sounds really cool, I think. So I think that's the special chord out of the whole thing, the ethereal chord. Okay, so we're up to the 5th fret. Now let's go up to 7. This brings us kind of home. Big open thing. And this is the one that I'm going to add some notes to here in a second. Okay, let's go up to 9. Okay, you can go to 10. You can go to 11 as a passing chord. Another ethereal thing. 12. Of course, that's the same as when we did open down here. And finally, let's go up to 14. So if we think about it, we just ran the whole gamut of the things. So we go 14, 12, 10, 9, 7. Now that real pretty 5, 4, 2, and open. Okay, so you've got a lot of really pretty stuff to play with. Okay, lots of pretty little toys. Okay, and the other ones that were around there were that I haven't messed with as much, but you can go ahead and take it to the next limit. Are chords that are just like that. So if you take that first chord, bring it down. Let's do it here at the 4th fret. I'm sorry. I think this is where it happened. It might have happened one up. Nope, this is where it happened. Okay, so we're at the 4th fret doing this whole mess. Now take that exact same chord shape, drop it all one string, but move it back 1 fret. So your 3rd, 4th, and 5th fret on the D, G, B strings. Okay, so it runs the entire gamut too of a full scale, and you get some amazing things. There's just chords there to put together all over the place. switching strings. You'd probably do that, get rid of the 7th and make it pretty. Add that low sharpener. Okay, so you see how that works. Now let's do the one where we can add a few extra notes that I have found so far. Again, all of this will be plenty to get you started. It's all I've got so far, but I wanted to share it with you. And you can explore it. I'll explore it some more, and if it's worth talking about, I'll do a second video on this if anybody becomes interested in pursuing this at all. I'll be glad to figure out a whole bunch more. It just doesn't take much time for me to do so. I'm lucky like that. I understand theory. Okay. Now, this one here at the 7th fret, okay, we're starting on the A. So 7, 8, 9 on A, D, G. Okay. If we add our pinky on the 10th fret of the B string, that gives us a 7th, which is fine because we're up here doing it. It's just nice to know, okay? We don't have a low B though that gives us the support of the weight, you know, for the chord. It should be a B. Okay, so let's get rid of that whole B thing. Just lift up the finger and listen to it now. Thing is, we need to use another finger to go some places, so we need to use our pinky. So let's take everything, replace it. So now we have first finger on the D string and so forth, making the stair step and freeing up our pinky. So that brings your pinky to do some work up on the 12th fret, okay? Go back to the 10th fret with the pinky. You don't have to do it like that, of course. That's 11th fret on the D. You can drag that around. Okay, took it down to 5 and it worked, just catching that on the spot. And now for the little country thing. Okay, I'll end with this. I'm going to the 1st fret on the G string, hammering on to the 2nd fret of the G string, and going back and forth on the E and B strings. Okay, so I'll name the notes that you can use after the 2nd fret. So you're on 2 and 4, 6, 7, 9. Puts us right at home. 11. 13 for our major 7, and finally 14. So we were at 13, now 14. Okay, so up here is an octave what we were doing. 13 and 14. And of course you can put any of these low notes in there. Okay, it doesn't all have to sound like Joy to the World, but that's a good way to remember it. Okay, if you wonder what the notes are, go up there to the high A or the 14th fret. Okay, again, I'm just calling it that because that's what it would be if it was in normal tuning. Play the whole chord around it, starting from the A string, so you can hear the notes against it. Then we got okay, so that's what I have come up with so far with this. You can do so many other things, I am sure. I did come up with some other chords that I'm not going to throw right out here in front of you because I don't remember what they are, but they were really, they were cool, they were pretty, and I know you can do them. A lot of them were based on the stair step stuff, and okay. Okay, so you can hear stuff built around that. Okay, so you just hunt around whatever your pinky can reach, try something, and you'll find yourself writing all kinds of groovy songs that open tunings provide. Okay, so you guys stay groovy. I hope that was fun for you, and stick around. I'll keep doing as much as I can for you, and we'll do it one little student at a time if we have to. I know it's dwindling down and things are probably coming to a close pretty soon, but hey, I'll do as much as I can up until that point. So once again, stay groovy. I always am. And I'm finally going to say good night. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.